This is Lynn with Hollywood First Look Features, and I have KIERSEY Clemons and Jeong from SCOOB with me today, virtually. Hey guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I want to start off by telling you guys that I enjoyed this movie very, 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 very much.
Cool.
That's great. That's the 8 or 9 varies. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Ken, I want to start off with you. What can you tell me about Dynomutt and how he helps the Mystery Inc. solve the most important mystery ever?
I mean, I think really, I think of Dynomutt, Deedee, KIERSEY's character, and Blue Falcon, Mark Wahlberg's character, as kind of a unit, and we're kind of our own kind of Mystery Inc., like intergalactic style, that we are using our resources and our own dynamics to help out the Scooby gang, solve this. So I feel like with such a scenario going on that's kind of complicated, and really credit goes to the writing and to Tony for the directing. It's like this episode, as well as being an origin story, needs all the power it can to help solve this mystery, and we're like the extra juice that it needs, for this.
Talk to me about learning to do those different fluctuations in your voice to kind of make sure that you were still on par with what Shaggy sounds like.
I tried to study so much stuff of Casey Kasem and Matthew Lillard doing their stuff, and of course I have a different voice than theirs, so I was told by the people going in, oh, you don't have to copy this voice, just make it your own, and we can figure it out together. So it was so great to have Tony Cervone, the director, there every step of the way, because he's guiding you along, and if you're veering off the path of what you've kind of settled into with the voice, he'll prod you in one direction. Oh, try to raise your pitch up here or lower it here. He's say this one with a laugh. It's great. I mean, he's the real mastermind. I just did what Tony said to do.
So when they approach you and tell you that you could voice a character in an iconic franchise such as Scooby-Doo and Mystery Inc., I mean, what was your first reactions?
There was an email. It said, Warner Brothers is off to your part in SCOOB, with an exclamation mark. I didn't know what that was, but my youngest daughter is called Ruby, and we call her SCOOB. And I didn't need to read beyond it to know that I was going to say yes, whatever it was. And then to discover that it's a new iteration of Scooby-Doo, an origin story, a huge movie. And then, Dick Dastardly obviously was not in Scooby-Doo originally. I was raised on both Scooby-Doo and the Wacky Races that Dick Dastardly came from. So it was just an insane overabundance of riches and joys. And then the idea of it was great. The execution of it was ludicrous, because I'd be in a recording booth with Tony Cervone, the brilliant writer and director, and the only job was to make Tony laugh. If you did make Tony laugh, which is, you knew you'd hit the lodestar, the bullseye, then of course you both succeeded and failed because you couldn't use the take.
The institution of SCOOB and Mystery Inc., I mean, 50 years that these characters have been around. For the two of you, was there any apprehension taking these characters on at all?
No, I was really, I just, when I found out, I was like, sign me up. I really want to do it.
Yeah.
This is sight unseen. I was like, this is, yes, just yes, So for me, especially with Dynomutt, and I grew up on that character as well. It was, I was really excited.
Same. Exactly that.
What is this? I gave it my all. I mean, she was a big deal to me when I was a kid. This is a really important franchise for me. This was a very important experience as a kid, and the mystery and the ghost stories and all that. The team, and I just wanted to make sure that she was funny and a good listener and kind, and really just a good friend. So I think you see that loyalty that we saw when we were kids.
And what I really liked is actually seeing you in a completely different role that I've ever seen you in, because Dynomutt is smart and he's funny and he knows what he's doing. Not to say that don't always play characters like this, but this was, you know, a little bit of a variance than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, that's what really interested in me in this, because I wasn't kind of going into my kind of traditional comedy you know, and it was really nice to kind of play the comedic straight man, if you will, to Blue Falcon. And I really, you know, that it was that excitement of just kind of being some sort of voice of reason at times, or some sort of compass in that. I very rarely do I get to play roles like that. So I really, as an actor, I really enjoy doing that. And the discussions I would have with Tony is like, no, we want to make, our whole goal is to make Deedee, you know, and Blue Falcon shine. You know, it's like the point guard of a basketball team. You're passing the ball, which is the spotlight, and making sure that ball is being moved. So that's the way it was true joy to see. And my kids, to hear them talk in my normal voice, you know, which I normally don't do in animation. So that was really great. It was a great choice by Tony, and they're wonderfully collaborative.
Well, congratulations, you guys, at SCOOB. Go see.
Aww.
I know. Look, isn't it cute? SCOOB is going to be streaming at home on VOD this weekend, so please go see it. You guys, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.